Okay, so let's say that you've built your list of facilities, whether you purchased the list or you just applied the method that I showed you. Eventually, you're going to have to talk to these potential sellers, these property owners, and what you say matters. Okay, so anytime you're talking to a seller, or if you're structuring your mailer, this first bullet point here can be used for both during your conversations and also in your mailers. If you can eliminate words such as I, me, my, we, and ours, all of those words imply that you're talking about yourself, and generally they are words your prospect doesn't want to hear. They want to know, hey, what's in it for me? How is this going to benefit me? Okay, they don't want to hear all about you. So the more you can eliminate these words, the more you will be forced to make your mailers and to make your conversations about them. And it's really hard to do, but once you start to practice applying this and you get kind of good at it, it gets a little bit easier, and it's really going to it's really going to benefit you in your success with your mailers and talking to sellers. Now, what I do want to touch on with this first bullet point is you're going to use these words a little bit, right? Especially in your mailer, when you're introducing yourself, you're going to say, hey, my name, right? So you're using the word my. It's okay to use these words here and there. But if you find yourself using them too much, well, that's not a good thing, right? So you want to pull them out as much as you can. And like I said, this will force you to structure your conversations in a way that make it more about them. So if you're using them a couple times, that's totally okay. The next bullet point here, one of the first things that I like to do when I'm talking to a seller is to find their motivation. If there's no motivation, you can't induce motivation into them. You can't make them motivated to sell. They either want to do it, they're either they have some pain points and there's some other things that they would like to do and storage is getting in the way, or not, right? So the first thing you want to do is find out what their motivation is. And this is actually going to help you in a few different ways. First, it's going to help you understand what your likelihood is of getting that deal. It's also going to help you understand what you can offer as far as a price goes. The more motivated they are, you can oftentimes go a little bit cheaper with your offering price. For an example, we own a facility in South Carolina. And when I had the conversation with the owner, one of the things that they told me was, hey, we have a law firm. We're actually going to be opening up another location. And that keeps us really, really busy. And on top of that, we're just trying to find some time to actually travel more with our family. And storage is really just causing us a lot of headaches and stress. We're actually losing money because of it. He was really open and honest about it. And just hearing that told me, hey, like they're in a situation where they got to get rid of this thing. So that allows me to feel more comfortable offering a lower price right off the bat. So the initial price they came at us with was either 450 or 475. I can't recall. And I actually went down to 400, and they came back and said, you know what, Chris, we're going to accept that offer of 400,000. We're not even going to counter offer. And I said, man, maybe I could have gone lower, right? If you're not even willing to counter, I probably could have gone lower. We ended up getting it for 390. So it ended up being a really great deal. But finding their motivation is key. And that's one of the things I would encourage you to dig into as quickly as you can. So once you get on the phone with somebody, you can just say, hey, I'm curious, why might you consider selling? Just listen to what they have to say. The other thing that happens when you do this is you're allowing them to start painting a picture. You want them to sell themselves. You don't want to have to sell them. So the more they start thinking about it and painting a picture and talking about their pain points, all they're doing is just slightly convincing themselves on why they need to get rid of this facility. So digging in their motivation is key. And then the other thing here is to remove tension. So more often than not, when you're talking to a seller or owner, they're going to have some false beliefs about you. They might be thinking, hey, does this person even have money to buy my facility? Are they just going to waste my time? Are they just going to lowball me? So they're thinking of all of these things. And if you can start to eliminate those false beliefs, it's going to put you in a position to have a more honest and a comfortable conversation. And you're actually going to put them at ease. So for an example, if somebody's thinking, and they usually are thinking this, which is, hey, is this person just going to lowball me and waste my time? One of the things that I like to do on my call is simply say, hey, before we get started, just to be completely honest with you, we probably look at 30 or 40 of these facilities per year. Realistically, we might buy maybe one of them. So there's a good chance I might not be the best fit for you. However, generally it takes about 5 minutes or so just to see if this will work for you, if it'll work for me. If you're okay with it, we can just take the first few minutes to see if it's going to be a good fit. And if at any point I feel like, hey, this probably isn't going to work, I'll go ahead and tell you. How does that sound? And what you're doing there, like I said, you're just putting them at ease. If they came into this initially thinking, hey, this guy's going to lowball me and waste my time, and then you tell them, hey, I might not even be the best fit for this buy, that kind of reverses it a little bit, right? And so you eliminate that false belief and you put them at ease. And it also puts them in a position where they kind of feel like they have to sell you now. What do you mean you might not be the best fit, or you might not want to buy this property? Now they're trying to sell you on why this is a good buy. Okay, so I've seen that happen, and that's a nice little touch or a good strategy to use. The other thing, the fourth one here, is to, you don't want to use words that imply that they have to take action now or make a decision now. You want to change things from, will you do this or could you do that, to, hey, would you ever consider? Or, hey, would you ever be open to? Right? You're just putting them more at ease, and you're allowing them to really think about it. When you use the word consider, there's no pressure there, right? Hey, would you ever consider selling, versus, hey, do you think you're going to sell me this facility, or something along those lines? It's a little bit less pressure, and it allows them to start thinking about, yeah, maybe I would consider it. I've been doing this for 30 years now. I would like to spend more time with my family. My wife wants to travel more. I would consider it, right? So we're just kind of changing the frame of mind there.